Hi. Tonight is the 24th of Kislev, Tufshin Ayin Hey, and we'll continue with our shir in Perek with Rebenu Yonah in Perek Aleph Mishna Hey. Says the Mishna. Yossi ben Yochanan Ish Yerushalayim Omer. Yossi ben Yochanan, the man of Yerushalayim, would say, Yehei Vesacha Pesuach Lirvacha. Your house should be open in all directions. Vehi Aniyim b'nei Vesacha, and you should have poor people as frequent your house. Well, tarbesicha im haisha, and you shouldn't speak a lot to a woman. Ishto amru is talking about your wife. Kavachomer be'eshes chavero, all the more so the wife of your friend you shouldn't talk to. Mekan amru chamim, from here the chamim say, kolzman sh'adam marbes sicha im isha, all the time that a person adds or increases in his talking to women, gorem ra l'atzmo, he brings bad to himself or evil to himself, ubatom divrei Torah, and he is negating his divrei Torah, the sofer yorish Gehenna, in the end he will inherit Gehenna. Says Rebenu Yonah. Yossi ben Yochanan Ish Yerushalayim Omer, Hey Besacha Pasuach Lervacha Yesh Omer, Sheyimsu Beveso Harvacha, you shall find in your house space, b'nei adam hasrichem, for the people that need it. O perusha, or to explain, shei beso kebeis Avram Avinu, your house should be like the house of Avram Avinu, alav hashalom. Sheha'idar b'derech b'makom ravacha, that he lived in the way, in a place of space, kedei she is aksanu sham oivrim v'shavim, so he could bring in there the people who were going over and dwelling there. His house was open in four directions. Mikol sad shiyavo, and every side they would come. Yimsu sham pesach pesuach, they'd find the door open. V'yifnu l'sham, and they would come dwell there. K'mosh amar Eov, like Eov says, dalasi l'orech eftach, that my doors are open for guests. This continues the Mishna, but yiyaniam b'nei besacha, that you should have poor people frequent in your house. Who nidrash lishnei phanim, that we can darshan this in two ways. B'makom shekona avadim v'farnasasam, in the way that you acquire slaves and you support them. Yishtamish b'aniyam v'farnasosam, they should be dealing with poor people and supporting them. V'lo yitzarech lahotzi mos b'kinia, they shouldn't need to get money from other people. Shenimsa mervacha v'osa mitzvah, then they'll be benefited and they've done a mitzvah. V'gam shehayach aniyam regilim v'beso, and also when you have aniyam that are in your house, people in your house, v'yamid shama below boshes panim, and they can stay there without being embarrassed. V'horaso lahem panim shal simcha, it switches their face to happiness. V'sito lahem rishus, and it makes it that your house is a place for anyone that comes there. Kasher yitain ish Rebenu ulanche beso, like it says, like it says that you'll give to a person and to his son and to the people of his house. Continues the Mishna. Al tirbesicha im isha, shasichas nashim mevia lidei hirhur avera v'biltol Torah, because that mindless speaking to women leads to thoughts of sin in Bittul Torah. Be'eshes amru, kavachomer be'eshes chavero, kasav Rashi, zacharon labracha, hiva avos de Yonasan omer. Rashi brings from avos de Yonasan, be'ishto nida amru, it's talking about a wife who's in nida. Kavachomer be'eshes chavero, all the more so the wife of your friend. Berotzalomar shalo harvos devarim be'ishto nida, you shouldn't talk a lot to your wife when she's in nida. Shema yigbar hayes, or maybe it'll strengthen up the Yitzhahara. And then you'll come to negligence. All the more so the wife of your friend. Where the Yitzhahara is already fighting you very strongly. If because of this, that tomorrow she's muter and it's similar to having bread in your basket. Amru, that Chazal say, all the more so the wife of Goy, Sheyitzer Mistavi Aleh, the Yitzhahara strengthens you very much. Ke'inyan Shenemar, the pasuk says, Mayim Genuvim Yimtaku, that stolen waters are sweet. The near lefarsha kipshuta, near to explain the pasha meaning. Ishto amru is talking about your wife. Shalo lehargila b'devarim al-olam, that you shouldn't come to speak to her too much. Al kedei shalo yehei matzui ima b'kol yom, so you shouldn't be with her all day. She'en la'adam lios im ishto lahanaso, because a man is not with his wife for pleasure. Af kedei l'kayim ha-mitzvah, except to l'kayim mitzvah puravu l'hafresh bein adam l'behema, to distinguish between a man and an animal. Kamosh amru misaktas brachas, the says in brachas, gave balkeri, someone who has a seminal mission, shalo yehei matzuyin eitzel neshusayim kitar golem, so they shouldn't be with their wife like roosters. V'hu midas haprecious, this is the midah of separation. Umeviaso lemedregas ha'elyonos, and it leads to very high, lofty places. Keramrinan, that the Gemara says, precious mivia lidei tahara, that separation leads to purity. Mikan omra chamim kol hamar b'slicha imisha yigorim ra la'atzmo, he brings bad to himself or evil to himself. Kolomar gorem sheyitzer misgaber alav, he's causing that the yitzer hara should become strong on him. Shenekara, that's called evil. Shenemar ki yitzer leiv ha'adam ra minarav, the pasuk says that the inclinations of a person's heart are evil from their youth. Keramrinan gado yitzer hara, that the yitzer hara is great. Shaburo kana ra kara, that it was born evil. Shenemar ki yitzer leiv adam raminarav, again, like we say, that the yitzer of Adam's heart is evil from its youth. V'zeh ish gorem hara la'atzmo, this is a person who brings evil to himself. Shenasen lo makom v'hazmana li'hadabek b'guf al yedei hasicha, that he brings the place and the invitation to attach his body al yedei, this mindless talk. That hifritz al midas yoser mishar b'nei adam, you should separate from this more than other midas of people. Shepamim yitzer hora misgaber aleim, because sometimes the yitzer hora will get the best of you. Of below yasahem davar gorim, but without this it won't. V'lo margamas atzmam tiftach aleim hara, and don't cause yourself to open up to this evil. Ubitul medivrei Torah ki machshavas haTorah lo ticha neged einav, because the thoughts of Torah are not prepared for those eyes. Ba'od libo pona as isha, for someone who's still looking at a woman. Ve'el sichasam, and talking to her. Kihem shtei makshavos shem halev savon kechad, because these are two different thought processes that the heart is trying to soivel, is trying to take in at once. V'sova yorish le'gehenim, and in the end he'll inherit Gehenim. Shesof boli de'aver, at the end he'll come to sin. Achar asher b'shruras libo hoylech medavar devarim ima, after that he's sitting and his heart is with her and he's talking to her. Al kol panim yaseh chet v'yered she'ula, that he'll come to sin and he'll go to Gehenim. V'zehu she'amru Shlomo Melech alav hashalom, in Koheles Shlomo Melech says, U'motze ani mar mimavis es isha asher hi mitzudim b'charamim liba asurim yedecha, that I found for myself something more bitter than death, which is a woman that that traps you and takes your heart. Asura yedecha toiv livnei ha'elokim yimalet mimena v'chote yikala ba. It's better that you should not come to her because she'll take you to sin. Rotz lomar ki amavis yasirehu machai olam hakaten, that it will be death that you'll be sent to from this small world. Avachal isha sa'abed hanefesh lo'olami ad, that a woman can make your soul be lost forever. Hinei ki hi mar mimavis, because she's worse than death. Asher hi metzudim, that she traps you. Ha'adam kivan be'isha nilkad hi berushusa, that woman who's trapped the man in her reshus. Asher hi metzudah, that she's trapped him. V'lo yuchal v'himalat mimenu, he can't get away from her. Ki ish roya es asher chashek libo, a man sees what he wants to desire. Ve'eno roya ma yeh lo aleya b'achar siyam, he doesn't see what he's going to be like in the next world. K'amar k'mo sh'amar hapayet Yonah Hoisa Holeches b'midbar. Yonah went in the midbar. Roya es habad, Vena royas es hamichbar. Bar. He saw the bar and he didn't see the michbar. V'charamim liba, and charamim the kashehi hoshekes as adam beliba. When she desires a man in her heart, efshar shelo yikashel ba. And when she desires you in her heart, it's impossible that you won't stumble upon her. Afilu yim lo yachashek osahu, even if she doesn't want him. Ki mazlo hara shalzeh, because that's the mazel of evil mazel of a person. Haish gorem shezachazik hibo, that he's causing what he desires to be. Asurim yadecha she'im achazakto biyadecha, that if it's strong in her hands, kvar lekuach he obeys asurim, like someone who's taken to prison. Ushum ein lo takana, and then there's no fixing up. Tov lifnei ha'elokim yemalet mimena v'choti yikaled ba. Sha'asadikim, that's the Sadikim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shoimram, Hashem guards them, Ve'eno mizamnem b'shum davar, he doesn't invite them literally to anything. Shiachol chashobo, that they'll come to be mikshal in, they'll come to stumble in. Aval ha'choite she'eno misrachik midarkei ra, but a sinner that doesn't distance himself from evil things, Ve'eno libo shalom, and his heart isn't full, mizdamen lo inyan kazeh, he is literally invited but is brought about to these evil things. And that concludes our parish on Mishna Hey, and we'll continue our next year in the first Perek in Mishna Vav.